Hello, people. Okay, 8-2 in our journal page. We're on page 255. You should be here with me. Okay, awesome. We're doing extended multiplication facts, and we'll learn what those extended facts mean today. It'll be one of our new vocab words. All right, it says show each set of problems using base 10 blocks. Use a small filled-in square, a line, and a large open square to show what you did. Then write the products. Remember, we know that the word products means the answer to a multiplication problem. And if you see, we have two factors, a factor times a factor, and that'll give us our product, our answer. Okay, just to show us our base 10 blocks, we remember that this one is we call this the cube, and it is equal to how many? That's right, it's equal to 1. So we'll represent that with our small filled-in square. Then we have our what do we call this one? Our long. And we're going to represent it by drawing a long line on ours. And how much is a long equal to? Well, how many of our cubes are in one long? Remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a long equals 10. And then how many longs are inside of our flat, as we call it, which we're going to draw an open square for. Not very squarish, but an open square. It'll be close enough. How many is that equal to? Remember, there's 100 cubes in this one. So our cubes equal 1, our longs equal 10, and our big open square equals 100. Great. We're going to be drawing those in our journals today. So we're going to start with our basic fact in set 1. Our basic fact is 2 times 3. We know what that is. We can double 3, and we know that it is, oopsie daisy, we know it's 6, but we need to draw that out. How would we show that? Well, we're going to use our cubes, and we do 1, 2, they kind of look like circles, but pretend they're cubes. So 3, but you know what? I need 2 of them. So I'm going to make these super nice and neat because when we have our work organized, we can see it better and understand it better. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because these are each worth 1. We definitely have 6 as our product. But now we have to look at 2 times 30. Well, how would we show that? So 2 times 30 is like 2 times 3 tens, right? We can say it's like 3 tens. It's another way of writing it. 3 tens equals 30. Well, I know that our stick equals 10, so I'm going to draw 3 of them. Or our long equals 10. So that's 10 right there. 20, 30. That's 3 tens. That equals 30. But I need 2 of them. So now I need to draw another 10, 20, 30. Great. What is 30 plus 30? Our answer is 60. Great work. Maybe you're looking back at your last problem and seeing a pattern. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now we have to look at this one. 2 times 300. But what's another way to say 300? Well, let's show it with our hundreds box. So here's 100, 200, 300. Because if each of these are worth 100, I have 1, 2, 3, that's 300. So I could say 300 is also equal to 3, put it in parentheses, 100s. But you know what? I can't stop there because I need 2 of them. So now I'm going to draw 100, 200, 300. You should have these pictures down in yours, and look how I'm keeping them nice and neat and super organized. Okay, well, what's that going to be? 100, 200, 300 plus 300. 300 plus 300 is 600. What do you notice about our 3 products, our 3 answers? Well, here we were counting by ones, and I had 6. Here you're counting by tens, and I have 60. And here I was counting by 100s, and I have 600s. That's like saying 6 ones, 6 tens, and 6 hundreds. Well, do you notice this is just a 3, and this is just a 6. And here's 2 times 3. 2 times 3. But look at that, a 0 and a 0. That's what I notice. And I also see 2 times 3. And how many zeros at the end? Okay. And how many zeros at the end? That's super interesting. Look at we can see our base fact, 2 times 3, in all of our problems. But our zeros at the end, what we're counting by, tens or hundreds, affect our product. Okay, let's see what we notice about set 2. Here's our base fact, 3 times 5. Well, I'm going to count by 5 3 times. That's just what we're going to do. And I'm going to make more of circles just so we can go along with it. 3, 4, 5. But I can't stop there because I need 3 rows of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are also drawing these, but please make them look a little bit more like squares. Okay, keeping them nice and organized. You see how they line up with each other? Okay, and last row, our third row. It kind of looks like an array. Kind of. Okay, well, what is 3 times 5? 5, 10, 15 is our answer. So our base fact is 15. Amazing. Let's look at our next one. 3 times 50. Again, look at that. I see my 3 times 50, my base fact, but I see 50, which I know is 5 tens. So let's go ahead. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am going to, normally we would cross them in tally marks, but since we are talking about longs, we're going to put them right next to each other. So I know that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I'm not crossing them. Oops, that was kind of a mistake. I'm not crossing them because they're not tally marks. They're longs with base 10 blocks. But I do know that this is one group of 5 and one group of 5 and one group of 5. But we're counting by, what are we counting by? Remember, each stick is worth 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So each group is worth 50. Well, let's see if we can count by 50s together to figure out what 3 times 5 is. 50, 100, 150. Great work. So we saw our base fact, 3 times 5, 3 times 5. But look at, we were counting by 10, so it had a 0 at the end and a 0 at the end. 15 and then 150. Interesting. Okay, now 3 times 500. Again, I see my base fact, 3 times 5. Okay. So let's draw 5 groups of 100s, right? Because 500 is like 5 100s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, and then I got to sneak the last one in. 5. You're drawing this too. Okay, can I stop there? Well, you know what? That was only 5 100s, so 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. This was only one row of 500, but I need 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh goodness, I'm going to have to overlap 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 of 500, 500, and 500. Ooh, do you think we can count by 500 together? Let's try. Well, 500 plus 500 is 1,000, and 1,000 plus another 500 is 1,500. Does that follow our same rule we were doing before? Well, let's see. 3 times 5 is 15. Well, 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 zeros on the end. plus 2 zeros on the end. Was that 15 and we added 2 zeros? Yeah, that is. And that's what an extended fact is, because we know what our base, oh my goodness, why can't I think of our word? We know what our base fact is, and then it's extended because we can multiply it by tens or hundreds or thousands and so on. Now, what I want you to do on your own is, what do you notice in the products in each set? So in set 1, we kind of talked about it. What's our products? Here are our 3 products. What do you notice about them? And in set 2, here are our products. And what do you notice about them? So write that on your own and join me on the next page. Okay. This one. Okay, we're going to keep working with this, and we're going to do extended multiplication and division. We're adding division in here. Whew, you guys are mathematicians. Okay, identify wants us to know a basic fact that you can use to help you solve the following extended facts. That's our new vocab word. Then solve. 5 times 70 equals what? We need to come up with a basic fact that I can use to help. So basic fact, we want a single digit times a single digit if we can. So what can we do? Well, you know what? I know this is 7 tens, but right now I just want to count by ones. So can I get rid of my 0 and think, what is 5 times 7? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5 times 7 is 35. We're practicing our math facts. Maybe we got that one right away. So that was my basic fact. Oops, and that's a funny 35, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Maybe you even drew a picture to help you. Maybe you drew 7 5 times. How do we figure out what 5 times 70 is? Well, before we were only using ones, we were only using cubes, but now you need to use 10 sticks. So it's like saying 7 times 1, but now it's 7 times 10. Well, I would take my answer from my basic fact before, and I would either multiply it by tens because we're multiplying by 10, or we know that there's a 0, so I'm going to add 1 0. So 5 times 70 is 350. Could we have gone 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 or try to use doubles? We could have. But since we know what our basic fact is equal to, we can help that solve our extended fact. Awesome. Now I want you to, in your own words, explain how you solved 5 times 70. How did you do this? Or how did you work along with me to figure out that it was 350? You try and solve that one. Join me when you're ready. All right. 8 times 30 equals what? What's our product? Well, the basic fact that I can use to help me, again, I'm going to, instead of multiply by 30, I just want to multiply it by 3 right now, because I know this is like 3 10 times. So I'm going to say 8 times 3. Oh boy, what is 8 times 3? Well, I'm going to use 8 times 2 as a helper fact is 16, plus another 8 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. How would I use that to help me solve 8 times 30? I'm going to put my answer to my basic fact, which my basic fact was 8 times 3. But now I know that I need to multiply it by 10, because 3 times 10 gets us 30. Or I see that there's a 0 at the end. 24 times 10 is 240, or I just add my 0 to make it 240. Great, we're going to keep moving along. Keep up the awesome work. So 6 times 80 equals what? What's our product? Again, we're going to find a basic fact that I can use to help. I only want single digits right now. So instead of multiplying 8 tens, it's going to be 8 ones. 6 times 8 equals what? Well, I know, using my helper fact, I know 5 times 8 is 40. So if I have to add one more 8, 40 plus 8 is 48. Wonderful. that means 6 times 80. Well, 6 times 8 is 48. But now it's like 8, 10.